The ordination of women had not yet passed our General Convention, and indeed the Philadelphia 11 had not been ordained yet when my pastor, my priest, and the members of my church were excited to have this young black woman in their midst, and they began to raise the issue of ordination to me. It was as if God was priming the pump to get me ready for the call. And later that summer in '74, the Philadelphia 11 ordination took place. And it raised, I think, not only anxiety in my home diocese of Chicago, but it also raised the idea, the possibility, even the consideration of women being ordained. And so I continued that year after the ordination with my parish and my parish priest. And I thought at first, well, maybe I'll be a deacon that way. Perhaps I could pursue other aspects of my life to a fuller professional level. But as time went on, even those who were not quite sure about women's ordination were more sure about me being ordained. And I resisted that for a number of years. But finally, after a couple of more years, I did go see the bishop with my priest, and just to explore the idea. And at that point, General Convention had not happened in '76. We're now in the year 1975. And my bishop asked me, well, what if we don't pass women's ordination to the priesthood? And I looked him square in the face. I had a lot of chutzpah, I guess, and said, well, it's going to happen. And at that point, my bishop began laughing. And I guess he thought I was very precocious, among other things. And he laughed. He said, well, perhaps you're right. Well, the following summer, women's ordination did pass at our General Convention. So my journey towards ordination had its ups and its downs. I did sort of run away from it for a couple of years, the call, because in that point in the Diocese of Chicago, to me, the door for ordination said for white men only. And here I was, a black woman, knocking at that door. But God is good. God is good and on time and in time, always. And through my parish, through my priest, and then by actually having a call from God, I went forward finally and went to seminary in 1978. And I was the 6th black woman ordained to the priesthood. And so I was in that wonderful collegial relationship, sort of. We were like our own sort of little group of black women. We all knew each other. We supported each other, starting with, of course, Pauli Murray, who I came to see as one of my mentors, and Mary Adebanejo, Barbara Harris, Michelle Thornton, Sandy Wilson, and myself. I mean, most of us were always together with each other. Michelle, not so much, and she unfortunately became disabled early in her ministry. But Barbara Harris and Sandy Wilson and I and others sort of pulled together and made ourselves into a sisterhood of support and encouragement, because sometimes it was not very easy. Matter of fact, one of Barbara Harris's favorite hymns, it goes this way: the road is rough, the going gets tough, and the hills are hard to climb. I started out a long time ago, but there's no doubt in my mind, I've decided to make Jesus my choice.